Hello, I'm Professor Yako, here to welcome you to the wonderful world of Pokemon.
You are not my professor.
Are you a boy or a girl?
Coming at number 10 is Dugong. I, quite frankly, love Dugong and I think it should be number 1, but it's not. And I have one that is leading my team named #based waffle. And it is shiny. You can't really tell, but it's shiny. And it's also...
Number 9 is Dragonair. One of my personal favorites due to the fact that it's extremely nostalgic for me. Every time I was a kid, I would go through all the Pokemon that existed at the time. Dragonair was just the most beautiful, majestic creature I could ever think of. And from what I hear, stats aren't too bad, although I haven't ever made my dream team with it yet.
Alright, now we are on number 8, Eevee.
Full of potential.
Really?
This Pokemon probably deserves a spot in any top 10 list, if only for the fact that almost everybody has their own favorite evolution, and you can't skip the little one. You can't skip the one that you start off with, even if you do evolve it the second you get it. I think everybody has their preference, but everyone can agree that Eevee's pretty good at handling itself.
What's not to love about Eevee? It's adorable!
Coming in at number 7 is Persian. I absolutely love Persian. I hate its pre-evolved form, but I love Persian because it is kind of an elegant Pokemon.
It is elegant. It's got a sense of purpose to it.
And it's also one that I could say genuinely looks like a cat that we would have. Like, it looks
like a normal animal, except it has this beautiful little gem.
It's so simple and it's so pretty, and I love it.
Number 6 is the orphan Pokemon Cubone. This is a Pokemon that I've always adored, kind of how sad it is. That's a really mean thing to say, but something about this Pokemon was so unique from everyone else. All the other Pokemon were based around how happy they looked, how exciting and yellow they were. And it's just so cute and almost refreshing to see the first Pokemon to truly be sad.
Cubone.
Number 5 is Lapras.
Lapras, being from the original generation, was handed to you so late in the game it was kind of hard to get attached to it. But something about its design and its appearance in the anime really kind of holds up as a fan of the Pokemon series.
I always wanted to ride on its back. I wanted one too, in real life, like so many Pokemon. Another thing I really enjoyed about that Pokemon was in X and Y, when you got handed it, and whenever you use Surf, you can actually see it. And that just made it all the more endearing to me. I had not planned to keep it on my team that playthrough, but it ends up staying almost every time.
And Lapras is one I've never really used too much anyways.
I think it's one of the cuter water-type Pokemon.
We aren't talking about your feelings of water types.
And coming in at number 4 is Rapidash. Rapidash is higher on the list for me anyways, just because it is such a pain to get Ponyta to evolve into it, and then once you have it, you're just like, you're awesome.
Especially because in the early games having that one, Iris has loaned me a couple of her older Pokemon games since I got into it a while later. But playing the early games, then everybody levels up so slow, and you don't even get Ponyta until like Mount Silver.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the patience it requires to reach a Rapidash on your team definitely makes it a very worthwhile Pokemon to have, because you just feel so successful and proud once you finally raised your little tiny fire horse into a bigger fire horse.
And
It's a unicorn.
Oh.
It's a fire unicorn.
And it does look pretty freaking awesome. I mean, it's a mane of fire.
Coming in at number 3 is Vulpix. This is my favorite. If it were my top 10, this would be the best one.
But it's not. You're getting 3 people's opinions forced into one. And so we have Vulpix, a very endearing and adorable Pokemon that I think is typically on people's first playthroughs, depending on which version they got.
I will admit that I do love it, and then I also will admit what Iris has told me. It's a glorified poodle.
No.
In the anime, it is pretty funny how they treated. It's the first one that you really see being brushed and pampered and spoiled in the series.
But it also looks like a Pokemon that should be brushed and pampered and spoiled. I mean, it looks like it just like trots around like
It does.
little tiny little nub feet.
I love everything about the Vulpix, and I can't see one in the game without having to add it to my team.
My number one is Jolteon. Maybe it's purely for nostalgia, maybe it's the way I relate to this Pokemon, but this was my evolution, and this is still, to this day, my favorite one. Its electric moves are amazing and had me falling in love with the type from day one. It's also cute, so deal with that being my answer.
I have nothing else to add to that. That was pretty conclusive.
That was.
You're just excited because your number one is number
Oh
one.
yeah.
Alright, and Team Animeishness's number one Kanto region Pokemon is...
Ninetales.
Since Div is incapable of talking, when I was little, this was without a doubt my favorite Pokemon. It was beautiful, it was elegant, it was deadly, it was everything you wanted.
One of my first run-throughs ever of playing Pokemon, once again on one of the games that Iris kindly loaned to me, I specifically told her that I couldn't play it unless I had a Vulpix to evolve into the beautiful Ninetales.
Cannot words.
It's so beautiful. When
Calm down. Your crush on Ninetales is a little upsetting.
And with that, that concludes our exploration of the Kanto region. We hope you enjoyed. I'm Iris Blue.
I'm Yakumasu Diva Demaslu.
Yako.
I'm Div.
And we will see you in the Johto region. Later.
Bye-bye!